Have you ever watched the person you love become a complete stranger right before your eyes? 8. The blue glow of her phone screen at 2 a.m. was my first clue. Chloe was standing by the window of our downtown Chicago apartment, her back to me, her shoulders tense. She thought I was asleep. The whisper was so faint I almost missed it, a ghost of a sound in the quiet room. "I can't. Not now," she'd murmured, her thumbs swiping frantically across the glass. She ended the call and stood there for a long moment, silhouetted against the city lights of Wacker Drive. When she finally turned, her face was a mask I didn't recognize. The real mystery wasn't who was on the other end of that call. It was how long the performance had been going on before I finally started paying attention. If you genuinely enjoy our stories, please subscribe to the channel. Tell us where you're from and what time it is right now. It's always fascinating to know how far our story flows. It started with the phone calls. She'd step outside onto our small balcony to take every single one, no matter the weather. A blizzard could be raging, and she'd be out there shivering in a thin robe, turning her back to the glass door. "It's just work," she'd say, her teeth chattering, dismissing my concern with a wave of her hand. "You know how demanding the firm is?" I did. I also knew her boss didn't call at 11 p.m. on a Saturday. She became cold, distant. The easy laughter that used to fill our home vanished, replaced by a brittle tension. She'd flinch if I touched her shoulder unexpectedly. She started working late, coming home smelling of a perfume I didn't recognize, and the faint, stale scent of hotel soap. The receipts started appearing dinners for two at Gibson's Bar and Steakhouse on Rush Street. Places I hadn't been. On nights she was supposedly in a late-night deposition. The villains always feel untouchable, don't they? Her and him? I found his name by accident. A credit card statement left on the counter. Charge for a couple's massage at the Peninsula Spa. The booking was under his name, David Renner. A quick search revealed he was a partner at a rival law firm. Smug, handsome in that generic, corporate way. They weren't just careless, they were arrogant. They believed I was a fool, a comfortable piece of furniture in the life she was building without me. The humiliation was a physical thing, a hot sickness that lived in my gut. I'd sit across from her at the dinner table, listening to her complain about her day, and all I could picture was her with him. The lies were so smooth, so practiced. My breaking point came on our anniversary. I'd booked a table at Alinea, a 3-month wait list, a place we'd always dreamed of going. She canceled an hour before, a flat text message. Swamped at work. Rain check. I knew it was a lie. I walked out of our apartment and just started driving, no destination in mind. I ended up in a grimy parking garage on Lower Wacker, the air thick with exhaust fumes, and I just broke. The kind of breakdown that hollows you out where the sobs are silent because you can't even breathe. I sat in my car for hours, the engine off, the city's hum a distant mockery. In that cold, concrete tomb, the loyal, loving husband died. Someone else, someone colder and far more strategic, began to take his place. The next morning, I woke up with a chilling clarity. The grief was gone, replaced by ice. I hired a private investigator, a grizzled ex-cop, who operated out of a dusty office in the Loop. He was expensive, but he was thorough. Within a week, I had everything. Photos of them kissing outside the Drake Hotel, videos of them going into his high-rise condo in the Gold Coast, copies of hotel folios, airline tickets for a business trip to Miami they took together. Every lie she had ever told me was now a neatly cataloged exhibit in a file folder that felt like it weighed 1,000 pounds. I also started moving our assets. Quietly, legally, I opened new accounts. I consulted with the sharpest divorce attorney in Chicago, a woman known as the Shark. I was building a cage for her, and she had no idea. The trap was set for the firm's annual charity gala, the biggest social event of their year. I knew David would be there. I knew Chloe would be on his arm. She'd told me she was going with colleagues. The night of the event, I waited. An hour into it, I walked in. The chatter in the grand ballroom of the Art Institute of Chicago died down as heads turned. I saw her instantly. She was in a stunning red dress, laughing at something David was whispering in her ear. Her smile froze when she saw me. The color drained from her face. David's smug expression faltered, replaced by a flicker of cowardly panic. I didn't say a word to them. I walked straight to her firm's managing partner, a man I'd known for years, and handed him a slim file folder. "John," I said, my voice calm and steady, You should see this. It seems one of your senior associates has been billing the firm for her romantic getaways. With a partner from your biggest competitor, it was a massacre. The public exposure was brutal. John opened the folder, his eyes scanning the first page. The whispers in the room grew to a roar. Chloe stood there, mortified, as her colleagues and bosses began to look at her with contempt. David tried to slip away, but I had already sent a similar package to his firm's ethics committee. By the next morning, Chloe was fired. An internal investigation was launched. David was suspended, his career in tatters. The divorce was swift. The morality clause in our prenup, combined with the mountain of evidence I had, meant she got nothing. Less than nothing. She was buried in legal debt. Her reputation was destroyed. The last I heard, she was working as a paralegal in a suburban strip mall. The arrogance and fire in her eyes completely extinguished. I still live in the same apartment, overlooking the same city. Sometimes late at night, I see a woman on a balcony across the way, talking on her phone, and for a split second, my heart seizes. But the feeling passes. It's just a ghost now, a memory of a life that belonged to someone else. The only thing left is the quiet, the end.